One beautiful people, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Now today there's one thing that I want to ask. Has World Cup fans already left Qatar? Stay with me and you're going to find out. Now, if I'm asking this question, this is because in the past 3 weeks or 2 weeks, let me say, Qatar has received a huge number of people flopping into Qatar. Now, this is because of the World Cup. Probably a lot of people have already exited the country because of their fatal exits from the World Cup. You know, my beloved country itself, Ghana, has been eliminated, and most of us had to exit the country. But then again, there are still quite few people over here. So now today I'm at the city center where it's usually full for some reason. Now behind me over here there's a ticket sales going on over here. Hi.
Hello.
Nice. So behind me over there, there's a ticket sales going on over there where sometimes you need to come here to be in a queue for a very long queue. So there was a time I asked the security over here that what particular time do I need to come and be in a queue to get a ticket. He told me the ticket sales begins early in the morning, like 10 a.m. but you have to be here maybe 5 or 6 a.m. to be able to be in the queue. Else, people even come here to sleep over just to get a ticket. This is the struggle people need to go through to get tickets. Now that we are heading towards the semi-finals and the finals, things are even going to be tougher. I'm talking about the tickets. So yeah, people are still here. Most fans and most football lovers exited the country, but yeah, there are still a few people here. So now this is the city center. I'm going to make my way to Corniche and also to Souq Waqif. Let's see if the people that we saw them around last 2 weeks, last 3 weeks are still here. So there is one thing I want to add before I leave the city center here. Now, this World Cup has brought some sweet benefits to residents of Qatar. Now, one of the benefits is that having to use the public transport for free. Now, one of them being the metro over here. Now, this metro, which connects to all the 8 stadiums, has been very vital in this World Cup. But one thing that makes me laugh a lot sometimes, or one thing that it's so funny to me, is the fact that now people at the metro station cannot control the crowd, because just imagine 5,000 people are trooping in at the same time and you want to check their hire card. Better leave them to go inside like that. So you can see there's a long barricade over here that you need to go zigzag until you get into the metro. So we're going to make our way into the metro. I will show you the stress sometimes you need to go. Okay, so today there's not going to be a lot of stress because when there are matches, the barricades used to go all the way to that side. But if there are no matches and it's a freeway, you wouldn't have to make zigzag way to the metro. It's just a straight path into the metro. Yeah. So usually when there are matches, you wouldn't have to come from this direction that all these people are coming from. You have to go all the way to this side to make that zigzag run until you get in. Sometimes before you get into the metro, you're already tired. Now I think this is one thing that I don't like about this World Cup so much. Forgive me, but you need to make a lot of walk-ins and all of that. There's a time I said this to my friend that before the World Cup goes to an end, we are all going to be fit. I said we're going to have strong stamina and all of that. So now one of the reasons why I was asking if World Cup fans has already exited the country is that somewhere last week and last 2 weeks, this escalator used to be full. There were a lot of people trying to go down, trying to come up at the same time. But now here we are, and it's getting empty again. I wish Qatar would stay like how last 2 weeks used to be, like very busy and all of that. But it's just a matter of time. People are just going to troop in. I guess one of the main reasons why this World Cup was hosted here is to expose Qatar to the other side of the world. So hopefully after the World Cup, that exposure will be earned. Guys, this is what I was talking about. In as much as you'll be asked to open for your hire card, they don't really care. None of them is checking for hire cards. No one is checking. And I don't know if it's for the good or it's for the worse or it's for the bad. Because you're supposed to check everyone's hire card before they make their way into the metro station. But they are just there saying, show your hire card, whether you show or not, you'll still be allowed to go in. So I'm at the Musharraf Metro. You can see there are still a lot of people over here. Clearly this shows that the World Cup fever is still around, and there are still World Cup fans here. So now the reason why I decided to make this video was the fact that I went out like the past 3-4 days and I couldn't see a lot of people. I was wondering, I was asking myself, what could be the reason? Has World Cup fans already exited the country, or is it now? I know that about 2 weeks ago there were a lot of people who came in here, mostly I think most of them were from the Saudi, because you know Saudi, we share border by land with Saudi, so this made a lot of people from Saudi as well to come into Qatar. But since you know they are sad eviction from the game, you know, it made most of their fans also leave the country as well. So I think there are still World Cup fans in the country. So now we're going to Souq Waqif. Let's see if there are still more people over there.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Go down this way. Habibi, Metro, this way. Habibi, Metro, this way.
Baba, now business good? Before last 2 weeks good, right? But now still good? But this week, half, huh? Okay, thank you.
Ice cream.
Okay, so now I'm at the Souq Waqif. Now, one of the reasons why I came to the Souq Waqif, it's because there is no way you can come to Qatar. Now, these are the most iconic and very popular places in Qatar. There is no way you can come to Qatar and you wouldn't come to the Souq Waqif, you wouldn't go to the city center, and you wouldn't go to Musharraf or some of these top places that I've mentioned. So this is the main reason why I decided to go to these prolific places and do this vlogging. Now, the last place that I'm going to visit and still see, now this last place will determine whether people are still in Qatar. I mean, World Cup fans are still in Qatar or have already left. Now, this place will be the Corniche. That is where the fan zone is being held. Now, there are a lot of fan zones around, but the biggest of all is the one that is, did I say city center? The one at the Corniche. Yes, that is the FIFA Fan Festival at the Corniche. So now I'm at the Souq Waqif. I'm going to make my way to the Corniche, and let's see how fans over there also respond to, you know, the whole feeling and the whole thing. So yeah, stay, don't go anywhere. Hey, so I'm still at the Souq Waqif. Now, Qatar winter is already here, so you can see a lot of people are having their jackets and, you know, trying to keep themselves warm. Now, Qatar winter is one beautiful, should I say, it's like a season over here. Whenever that is winter, people over here feel the excitement. They are happy to go out during the day and especially during the night, because it's very fun to be outside with families and friends and all of that. Yeah. So now, as compared to 2 weeks ago, there were a huge number of people coming from the metro into this fan zone area. Now, I don't know, maybe I came here a little bit earlier, but this place has always been crowded. So it doesn't seem crowded today.
We so tired.
So that's the alcohol counter, and it doesn't seem busy today because usually when you come here, there are people queued up trying to get alcohol, Budweiser. But it doesn't seem like there are a lot of people here trying to get Budweiser today. Probably they are at home resting, or maybe exited the country already. Okay, so I'm still here at the Fun Festival. I told you if I had come to Fun Festival here and I found a lot of people, then I can say there are still a lot of people in Qatar, or let me say World Cup fans are still around, but it doesn't seem so. So I think most people have already exited the country. But then again, the semi-final and the final game tickets are sold out. So means people are still going to come in, or probably there are people who are just in their rooms, or maybe they are tired, because myself, I'm tired. Trust me, this few weeks has been hectic in Qatar here, and it's for the good reason. It's just because of the World Cup. Most of us have been running hectare. So yeah, it has been like that. It has been a very busy week as well. So I think that very much explains why a lot of people are not outside and all of that. So yeah. So ending this video, there's one more thing that I want to add. So somewhere around last 2 weeks, there were huge, massive traffic in town, but now it doesn't seem like there are a lot of traffic in town, just because I don't know if people have been able to navigate their ways around, or people are just not moving around. Like, this is something I think about a lot. Like, the Qatar we know for the past 2 weeks has not been the same Qatar we know today. Again, this all boils down to the fact that most countries has been booted out of the tournament, and maybe they've made their way home already, But hey, I hope Morocco wins the game. I mean, I hope they win the World Cup, because I'm African, and there is no way I'm going to vouch for any other country or any other. So that is just all about that. So my name is Malik Sterling. If you like this video, kindly make sure to subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend about Malik Sterling, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But above all, just stay safe, and don't get yourself into trouble if you live in Qatar. I love you all. Okay guys, so I'm still here. Luckily for me, I didn't leave because a friend of mine was coming over, so I had to wait for him to come. So I came here earlier on, and it was around 6 p.m. so there weren't too many people. There weren't too many people here, so the place was kind of empty. But yeah, I stayed until 7:30, and a lot of people started coming in. So this pretty shows that there are still football fans or World Cup fans in Qatar here. So yeah, that is all about that.